15 other players, though, will have lots to say about all that. Among them, the world number 2, Rob Cross, the 2-time world champion, Adrian Lewis, Grand Slam winner, Gerwyn Price even. A case pretty much can be made for any of them. Maybe Keegan Brown could go all the way and finish the job, having seemingly done the hard bit. As usual, 8 third-round matches to look forward to this afternoon. We've got the quarterfinals, the semis and the final from 7:15 tonight. It all gets underway, though, with this one. Jermaine Wattimena against Peter Snakebite Wright. Rob Malarkey in the chair for this one. And alongside me, Dan Dawson.
Welcome back to Hildesheim, kiddies. What a day of action we've got. An incredible day yesterday, which saw every single seeded player make it through. And then all of a sudden, they just went. The last 3 games saw the seeded players go. That happened to involve Dave Chisnell, winner of 2 titles this year, Michael van Gerwen, the world number 1, and Mensur Suljovic, who is flying high in the Premier League. And as Rob said, that does leave it wide open. I genuinely have no idea who walks away with this title.
58. And I genuinely have no idea if my voice will hold out if we get a day like yesterday replicated today once again. 100. This is the top of the draw bracket. The schedule for this afternoon follows the draw bracket, so the winner of this match will face the winner of the next one. Adrian Lewis and Joe Cullen on the way. What a belting tie that looks to be. Rob Cross against Daryl Gurney and Ian White and Stephen Bunting in the top half of the draw. 55.
A lot of flames going on in the old outfits here. Jermaine's got that sort of motif, and Peter is elected for the sort of out-of-control barbecue trousers that we've seen him use before. Well, leaves him 80, so he should get a dart at tops. If he's allowed back, he might not be. That's not there.
100. So Peter Wright will return, looking at 80 for the opening leg of the day and the opening leg of this match as well. That leaves 60. And that leaves top of the house. Double 20, Peter Wright. First leg on the board. Yeah, Peter Wright, the champion here in 2017. The only former winner of this tournament in the field, beating Michael van Gerwen in the final 2 years ago. James Wilson, finalist last year, also still standing. One of the seeds, one of the 13 seeds to make it through yesterday, the number 16.
Yeah, a bit of a struggle for James Wilson yesterday against Mario Robber, but that doesn't mean he won't turn it on today. Peter Wright did make the semi-finals last week on the Euro Tour, the opening event of the year. And it's kind of... If Peter Wright's not in the final session of action, it's kind of a failure for him, really. He's so consistent, he's so good on these European Tour stages. And as the German crowd have started singing, he's got lovely hair.
Never a true word spoken or sung.
130. Not filled up here, Halle 39, as yet. It will be, though, I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, there were extensive queues outside, and I think we do have a few late arrivals just making their way in as well, but yeah, bye.
Oh, hang on. Double 16. How about that? Peter Wright. 1-3-1 check out, 2-0, and Jermaine Wattimena is in danger of experiencing the full force of the Peter Snakebite Wright Euro Tour nonsense, because he does this to everybody.
Yeah, it looks a little bit shell-shocked after that one, does Jermaine Wattimena. That's just set the bar very high as well for this one and for the rest of the afternoon. But Jermaine Wattimena back in business with a ton 80 to get the juices flowing, get the crowd on side.
They've had a number of meetings in the past, these two. And their most recent one was this year, where Jermaine beat Peter quite convincingly, 7-2. Oh, hello. 5 perfect darts is good. But he beat Peter 7-2 in a semi-final to make his first ever PDC final. And that was significant for Jermaine, because we'd seen him last year. He's made it a few semi-finals before going and making a final this year. And Peter Wright absolutely mugged him to stop him making his first final beforehand. He was sat on a double and Peter Wright took out a 1-6-4 in a last leg decider. That hurts. That really, really hurts. Beat him at the World Grand Prix and then beat him at the European Championship after that. He beat him at the World Grand Prix 3-0 and the European Championship 6-0. So what he'd done, he'd mugged him in a last leg decider in one of the biggest games of his career, then obliterated him to 0 in the next 2 games. And yet when they met again, Jermaine Wattimena put things right and made his first PDC final. And that is a real mistake by Jermaine Wattimena. He should have got a dart at double. He's missed the big number. Don't miss the big number. Don't miss the big number.
He did this in the first leg, didn't he? And he's done it again. Exact carbon copy for Peter Wright. And he's racing away with this one. 3-0. Wattimena needs a response, and he fires in a ton 80, just as he did in the previous leg, but it didn't really count for too much in the end. Peter Wright put in a fairly subdued performance yesterday, I thought, against Andrew Gilding. 6 from 19 on his doubles, but 180 is met with a 180. Crowd are being treated here now. Surely not. Oh, here we go. 180.
I demand perfection.
180.
Give us a maximum.
180.
Boo him, Hildesheim. Boo him to the rafters. But get ready to cheer, because perfection could be coming in for Jermaine Wattimena. It is on.
Oh, it was a long way off that treble 19 as well in the end, but
damn your eyes, Wattimena, come on.
7 perfect darts for Jermaine Wattimena. He only threw 2 180s yesterday against Zeetman.
Yeah, Stefan Zeetman, who put up a bit of a fight, actually. And in the early stages, Jermaine Wattimena was in trouble. He's in trouble here to a greater degree. Oh, my. He's missed a big number again. It's only 1 dart at a double. Oh. Gets away with it.
Well, if Peter Wright had stepped in with 156 to nick that one, it would have been incredible.
The thing is with Peter Wright, you always quite fancy him. That's it. He's the reason that he's number 3 in the world is because you see him do that stuff more often than other people. Michael Van Gerwen, you're never safe. Rob Cross, you're never safe. Peter Wright, Gary Anderson, all these really top boys. Every single time they come to the board and they've got a check out of any sort, you think, oh, this might happen. And their opponents think, oh, this might happen. And it puts more pressure on them. That's the one, that fear factor that everybody used to talk about Phil Taylor. It's just he had it more than Michael Van Gerwen still has it. I know that there's been a lot of talk about, oh, players aren't scared anymore. They are. They genuinely are. Even the Grand Slam champion Gerwyn Price, who is right up there in the world rankings, even he has problems against Van Gerwen because he just can't beat him at the minute. And he's been in positions where he should have beaten him. Should have done it last week. But there's a thing in your head that says, how do you shoot the devil in the back? It's the old Kaiser Sose thing.
What if you miss?
Yeah.
Great line, that.
Kaiser Sose.
140.
Pretty decent from Peter Wright. Look at that from Jermaine, though. 119 first 9, 107 overall. We could see a third losing average over 107 this weekend.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Double 16. Ooh, a slit. Now, these are really tricky shots. They're a lot trickier if you hit big 7.
45.
Yeah, the greatest trick that Jermaine Wattimena ever pulled was checking out after an opening 7.
32.
Muttering to himself at the back of the stage, Wattimena. He's not really settled into this one. Peter Wright is now looking at 16. He's looking at double 8 once again. Any time now, Peter?
24.
Well. 4-1 was in the palm of his hand. Oh, that's close.
38.
Well, I wonder. I mean, I was rattled by the fact he nearly busted it with his second dart. I'm not sure if Jermaine was. But double 4. What a guide that is. And like that.
He was gone.
It's gone.
Are we just going to go through the entire film?
Yeah.
Well, there are certain lines that we shouldn't say.
Hey, look, Peter Wright is a usual suspect in the final stage of European Tour action.
It is. I think it's still astonishing that he didn't win one last year. I mean, he had a brilliant start to the campaign in 2017. I think he won 4 out of 5, didn't he? Or something like that.
Oh, yeah. But 2017 was it. But then, if you look at the start of last year, he made the final of the first 2. He's made the semi-final of the first one here, and he's in the running here with no Michael van Gerwen. There is nobody in this field more experienced than Peter Wright winning European Tours.
Yeah.
That's just a fact. He could easily go and win this, Peter Wright, despite
57.
not being at his absolute best. But the thing is, even when Peter Wright is not at his absolute best, he's still good enough to beat anybody. He's that good. Jermaine Wattimena is averaging almost 99. He's 4-1 down.
He has done that before as well, Peter Wright. He's had a sluggish opening performance on the Saturday afternoon or the Saturday evening. And then he does warm up into a tournament. And there are just signs that he's maybe doing something similar here as well this weekend.
100. Jermaine, you require 117.
However, this perhaps needs to go. And it's just as well it did, because Peter Wright was looking at 1-2-1 there for a break of throw that would have left him throwing for the match.
Well, Jermaine Wattimena gets another leg on the board. The winner of this goes through to face either Adrian Lewis or Joe Cullen, as we said earlier. And with so many seeded players through, the vast majority of seeded players winning their games, it makes it even more difficult than normal when you're looking at the draw bracket to go, oh, well, I think he'll win. You're plotting a path, because I don't know who's going to win out of Adrian Lewis and Joe Cullen. I've got no idea. Rob Cross, Darryl Gurney looks a great game. Ian White, Stephen Bunting, those two have had immense games. A number of immense games in the past. And Bunting was really refreshingly good last night after a tough start to 2019. Price and Clayton, that's a Euro Tour final. Wade and Darren Webster is going to be lively. Peter Wright should not have gone for that. A 140 would have left him a bogey number.
58.
I don't know if that's a sign that Peter Wright is not thinking clearly, or that he's just
Uber confident.
Yeah, showboating.
Have faith in his own game there as well.
Right. Peter Wright is showboating here. He was looking 180, which he would have left him a bogey number with a 140, and then gone 60 bull double 8. He is showboating. This is a confident Peter Wright.
A bull would have left him double 8, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that
is a confident way of going. Now, Peter Wright, 13 darter for 5-2. It is almost as if Peter Wright has turned up here on the Euro Tour, where he knows he does good work. He always does good work on the Euro Tour. But with no MVG in the final day, this is the senior man. This is the man to beat in many respects. He may not have played as well as some other people in the field. Rob Cross has been the form man who's left in the field this year. Adrian Lewis has won a title this year. There are some absolute superstars in this field. But I would wager that Peter Wright is thinking to himself, this is my title.
Yeah.
If somebody else wins this, I've let myself down.
Yeah, I mean, certainly he's one of the players in the field who wouldn't be human if he wasn't counting his chickens a little bit here, but he's got to fulfil this side of the equation, this part of the deal. But I think he's got every right to feel a little bit confident this weekend now, as indeed will many others.
6 Euro Tour titles for Peter Snakebite Wright.
96.
And it could have been more. The first 2 Euro Tours of last year, he made the final and was beaten by Van Gerwen, and only narrowly beaten, particularly in Leverkusen.
97.
I'm still not quite sure how he didn't win that title. But Jermaine Wattimena, who produced a really, really impressive win over Peter Wright the last time they played, it's kind of reverted to type here, where Peter Wright is bullying him. And it is not because Jermaine has played poorly here. He has played well. He's averaging 99. Oh, yeah, the old 60 ball double 8 route. Seen that before. Go on, leave double 1. Oh, that, you know, he looks in the kind of mood where he might have done that.
97. Jermaine required 32.
Well, it's all about the ability to hold your throw here for Peter Wright. Can't really afford to take too many chances. He was actually an absentee here last year, Peter Wright, so effectively he did win this tournament on his last visit. He missed a couple of Euro Tour events towards the, well, over the course of the summer. He skipped the European match play as well in Hamburg. So in many respects, he is his own defending champion. If you catch my drift.
Yes. And Peter Wright, oh look, he's earned it. He plays the tour, he plays everything. He actually offered to withdraw from the Premier League this year because Jo, his wife, had an operation. She's back home recovering, which is why you don't see the stenciling on the side of his head. He was, I think he was the last person standing to have played every single European Tour event until he pulled out of one last year. Wow. Great shot, Jermaine.
Yes, and that has just put the cat amongst the pigeons, and Jermaine Wattimena celebrated that as if to say, go on then, Peter, what have you got? Wattimena needs to win 3 legs on the bounce, but this could be a very significant time to make your move.
A 1-4-4 will win it for Peter Snakebite Wright. 2 treble 20s and a double 12. That will almost certainly be the route. He's already taken out a 1-3-1 in this game. 2 trebles and a double. Yes. Oh, that definitely getting a dart. Definitely getting a dart. And definitely pinning it as well. Peter Snakebite Wright. A 1-3-1 and then a 1-4-4 to win it. That is the second time we've seen Peter Wright take out an absolute monster of a checkout to beat Jermaine Wattimena in the last leg. It's only